happening in the news. I seen Kid Rock then came out kissing Eminem's ass.
Ain't
Must
that
be
the
one of the
truth, huh?
must be one of the few people in the world that Kid Rock won't fuck with.
Yeah, I
So
wonder why, huh?
I think just being that they're both from Detroit, I think
True.
Kid
I didn't think about that.
yeah, Eminem probably holds more water in Detroit. So the last thing
Yeah,
Kid Rock needs is some kind of beef with him, and he can't even go back
right.
home.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
Ain't
it's
that the
got to
truth,
be the only
man?
reason because he, like I said, he's one of the few people that Kid Rock would not just go ballistic on. You know what I mean? Usually
Right.
he's talking shit and I don't care, and then it turns into, well, I respect Eminem, and it's like, oh, get out of here, dude. Like you just want to go back home.
Ain't that the truth, man? Where does he live now? Tennessee, huh?
Yeah. Is it Tennessee? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. He's out
That's
there.
where that White House or whatever he owns. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I hear it's a
Yeah.
hell of a place to go visit, man. I want to go.
Can you imagine?
I know. I know. Let's see what we got. Mhm. Yeah. All right. What else hot in the news? I'm trying to see. We get some people on here at a restream, man. It came where we may have had like 20 altogether, you know.
On the last one?
Yeah, but then you
Yeah.
seen where it would just drop down. There'd be like one person,
Right.
which is
Exactly.
better than what we got going on right now for some reason. But I don't know.
I don't know what the answer is. Isn't it
I
crazy?
know. It is. It is. Welcome, welcome. We got a little guest. Let's see. Anyway, let's see what else is hot in the news, Brad.
Yeah. Tell me about it, dude. What besides election, I mean, there's some
Yeah, I
other
mean,
stuff I haven't really been following a whole lot, as far as on the other end of politics, but yeah.
uh, Tom Brady's ex-wife is pregnant, so that's
I saw that. Yeah, I did see that,
that's
man.
big news.
What
If you're the dude who knocked her up,
yeah, is
I
that the
mean,
fitness trainer or some kind of trainer or
yeah,
something? What
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, her jujitsu or whatever the hell. Man, I'm thinking, man,
yeah. I
what a
guess,
lucky
dude.
dude. Yeah, he's got her tied down now. Because I think they always said
Unbelievable.
she was worth more than Brady was. Like she's
Isn't
worth
that
a pretty
amazing,
penny.
dude? For
I know.
modeling, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
modeling, clothes, makeup, whatever you own. God, it's incredible.
Yeah. It is. I
You
thought
know,
her time was kind of done, and then apparently she just keeps making it and making it.
yeah,
But
it's nuts.
oh, let's see. Diddy's sick list of Diddy's alleged requirements for girls at freak off sex parties. My God, this shit just keeps getting stranger and stranger with Diddy, dude. I mean, God,
You think?
they have a weigh in. The girls had to be young and hot. Always had a scale nearby in case he needed to make sure the number was 140 pounds. But if a girl was really tall, there was a little bit of discretion he could use. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Dude, I don't know
Co-
what to think about all of that, man. That's insane. I just want to see the list. I don't care what
I
they,
know.
look. I don't condone what they were doing, but I'd like to just see the list.
Just see the list. What you think about Corey's comment down there? What you think about stupid? I
Have at
mean,
it, dudes. It's America,
yeah, I
dude.
mean, hey, whatever. It's
Knock yourself
America.
out,
He
dude.
said, it's America.
Whatever your forte is, dude. Hook it up. You know,
Yeah. Let's
that's
see.
incredible.
There's this shit going on with the her VP. Says Tim Walz accused of pushing Chinese Communist Party officials' daughter to a brink of suicide. Like he had some kind of shit going on with some official in the Communist Party over there in China or something with his.
Yeah, he was
It's
a teacher or something over there, right? And I don't
oh
think she
okay
was like underage. I don't think she was underage. She might have been 21 or 24 or something like
yeah
that.
yeah
But
yeah
yeah, something I heard that on the radio today. Yeah, well, he was over there teaching and he had a fling or something with somebody on the high up, their daughter or whatever family member. Yeah,
I
I wouldn't
got
doubt it with that freak. You know,
I got you. Look like we got a bunch of freaks in the comments tonight. My God, what are y'all doing out there?
keep away.
I mean,
Dude. Like I said, dude,
what?
if you're cool with it, knock it out, dude. No
Yeah, let
problemo,
her.
dude. I don't really
Yeah, just
care, dude.
yeah, let her peg you.
Yeah, right.
Keep it in the
If you're
bedroom.
reduced to that much of a man, then go right ahead, dude.
Golly. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else hot news, man. Uh, 35, dad of 11. I didn't know Elon had 11 kids, man.
Yeah. Oh
11
yeah,
buys,
absolutely. He's got a team, dude.
man, buys $35 million secret luxury compound for his children and two of their moms.
Damn. You think it's a
Yeah,
doomsday compound or what, dude?
it's got to be, dude. He knows
It,
they're
I would
coming
think for
after
that
him,
kind of
dude.
money. Oh,
They're
they
coming
are, dude.
after him. I
Yeah,
heard him.
mostly if his guy don't win, dude, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd be concerned honestly if I were him because he's going hard at them, man, and that shit gets dangerous.
It does. Mostly when you're at where he's at in the realm of things, with space and cars and satellites and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah, and then
It's
he's
crazy.
he's really pushing as far as getting in there and curbing the government spending. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's when you
Yeah.
start stepping on a lot of toes.
Yeah, he wants to play X, right? With the government, dude, like
Yeah,
get
oh
rid
yeah,
of
yeah,
80%.
and he should.
It wouldn't be a bad thing. It
I
really wouldn't.
seen
That would be pretty cool.
Kevin O'Leary was on TV earlier, basically backing him with that. Saying that it
Yeah,
it it needs to be done, basically, or whatever.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you a whole 100% on that. It needs to be
Yeah,
cleaned up and, you know, it's
Nixer,
just
you're
it's
right.
crazy.
Well, Nixer said he wants to go to Mars, so Doomsday Compound would be a contingency plan. Yeah, yeah, but I don't think he knows he can't go to Mars that quick, so something's got to happen.
Yeah,
But
right. Exactly.
I do believe they got it out for his ass. He's joked about it, a week or so ago, but I don't think it's a joke. And even if it's not like like a harm to him physically, I mean, they're gonna come after him. You know what I mean? Whether it be the IRS, which I don't. I mean, just they're gonna get,
Financially or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. They're going to try to. Now, I don't even know if they're, if they got enough backing to go after somebody with the type of money and lack of give a shit that Elon has. But I guess they can do whatever they want if they're the government because it won't just be our government. You know what I mean?
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gonna piss off everybody around the world by backing Trump.
I know.
Mhm.
Look, I'd rather him on our side than their side for sure.
Oh, it was
So,
awesome when he was all in. I think that happened that night that Trump got, shot in the fucking ear. Elon was like, "I've had enough." You know.
yeah. Can't
So,
blame him, dude.
no, I think we all had enough. We should have.
Well, we got some,
What they
let's
talk?
see here.
What Knicks are
Hey, what's
talking
his name?
about? He doesn't have the ability to send any human to another. He'll figure it out. If anybody will, it's Elon.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Between AI and robots and oh Lord, dude, it's amazing
I
what's
mean, I ain't
coming.
trying to go to Mars, but more power to him. He'll figure that shit
Yeah,
out for sure.
I tell more people they should go to Mars. I'm not going to Mars, but
I think that's where like
it'd be
all the
okay.
women on the View that is they need to just go send a View. Everybody go. When Trump wins, they can all go to Mars.
Yeah, isn't that the truth, man? Yeah, it's amazing how they always come out every 4 years. If so and so wins, I'm leaving the country. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, I
you're not
don't think
going
a
anywhere.
single one of them has ever done it.
No, me neither. No, unless you're
Yeah.
some pedo type, and
Well,
what's
yeah,
his name,
yeah.
Roman, whatever. What's his
What you
name, dude?
mean,
Roman.
Nixer? Why you say he won't? He won't what? Get people on Mars? You don't think he'll figure it out? Are you anti Elon? See what Nixer's talking about.
Well, I would think he has the best shot right now to get
I mean, if
somebody up there.
anybody, yeah. I mean, just watching the leaps and bounds he is over NASA. When somebody like NASA's
Isn't
been
it
around for
incredible?
a while, and it's like he comes on the scene and just
Takes
the shit that
over.
the shit he's able to do. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man, when you think about it like that.
I'm still convinced he's an alien.
Might be, dude. Yeah, he might be. That's a good yeah. You
I'm
never
still
know.
convinced. Let's see. I'm looking at the news, so don't mind me, y'all. Pulling up the news. What's going on? Let's see. Entertainment. Fucking entertainment. Elon Musk.
Unbelievable. Yeah, this election, man, it's getting hot, dude. It's getting. I'm still a believer, though. If you're not swaying too many people in this election.
Yeah, it's amazing that both sides are still making this hardcore push because it's like by this time, I mean, who the hell is sitting
Right.
around like, yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm going to wait and see what uh, who I seen came out today. Oh, Will Ferrell. It's like who's
Yeah.
sitting around like I'm going to wait and see what Will Ferrell says.
Yeah.
And it's
Ain't
like,
that the truth, man? Any of those celebs, dude. Dude, let me step out for 1 sec. I'll be right back.
go ahead, go ahead. What's up, YouTube? Where's everybody from? Nixie, you disappeared on me. What's everybody doing tonight? Just scrolling through some news, talking some shit. Let's see. YouTube, where you at? Yo, hit them likes for me. Waiting on my co-host to pop in here. Hope everybody's having a good night. Where's everybody checking in from? We're going Trump 2024.
All
Yeah, I
right.
seen old 50 Cent claiming that the Trump team offered him $3 million to perform, and he turned it down. But it wasn't so much that
Really?
he's just fuck Trump. It was just he tries not to get caught up in all the politics because he said no matter what you do, you're gonna have a side that's gonna fucking despise you basically, and
Exactly.
it's like I don't even want to
Yeah.
get into all that shit.
Yeah,
But I
something
want to
on
say
that
he's come
level,
out
dude.
and
I can respect him, dude. I can
yeah,
respect him.
yeah, just stay out of it but I want to say he's been vocal about how fucked up things are as far as
Yes.
especially taxes and shit. And
Yeah.
so I mean, but he just doesn't want to be, I guess, the face of a fucking rally. You know what I mean? And that's how they all should be. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, man. Even like, we were talking earlier about that comedian, with the whole thing with the Puerto Rico, and it's like, man, in today's everybody's so like this super sensitive type of people
Yeah.
out there, and it's like, I mean, it doesn't bother me, you know what I mean?
Right.
What you hear going on, if it's against white people or whatever. Um, but yeah, some people, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's probably better left out of politics altogether, but
Well, it is, but when you get back to the comedian shit, like you said, I mean, there's been plenty of jokes about every race, every sex, every
it's
you
true.
name it. I mean, it's comedy. You know what I mean? There's stereotypes
It
that
is.
exist for a reason. Now, I'm not saying that was a stereotype when he got up there and said that about Puerto Rico, but it was a fucking joke. I mean, it was, you know
It
what I
really
mean?
was. I mean, and look, it is reality. If you look at Puerto Rico's got a lot of trash. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, they got
it's
a
just
major,
an
well, they
overwhelmed
got a,
country, dude.
yeah, they got a major problem with it.
They got
But
a major problem with it. And it wasn't nothing different than George Lopez beating up on the Spanish people, the Mexicans
yeah,
in his democratic speech. So, but
yeah.
it's our media we have. They just gonna anything Trump is bad, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I was hoping they weren't going to come out on Trump's side and do some sort of apology or, even, the comedian himself,
Yeah.
I was kind of
Oh
glad
no,
to
I
see.
think I don't think anybody should be apologizing. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's what you just hit on. It's comedy. It's First Amendment. We're all just speaking our minds and how we feel. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, no,
Well,
I
once
wouldn't
they start
apologize for shit.
apologizing, when they apologize, they got you. You know what I mean? Once you start that
Absolutely.
shit,
Yes,
then they're coming.
absolutely. Yeah,
They don't.
because they don't apologize for shit.
No, and they don't accept that. You know what I mean? If you can't just say, "Oh, my bad, I fucked up, I'm sorry," because then it's like, okay, well, we got you now, and then boom,
Yeah, right.
you know. It's the
Exactly. Isn't that
worst
the
thing you
truth?
can do is ever apologize to that side because that's not what they
Yeah.
want. They want to destroy you no matter what. You know,
Yeah. Totally break. You see what they've
crazy.
tried to do to Trump.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
They're
take him or leave him, man. Look, I'm not all into his egotistical ways, and I think he has an ego. But you know what, man? When you're his age and you got 6, 7, 8, whatever he's got, billions of dollars, dude, you're gonna have a little bit of an ego, man. But
I know,
it
and
does. It comes down to like, can you get the job done? And
yeah,
he's already proven that he can get the job done.
yeah. Well, I heard
And I think that's what it's about.
I heard Rogan, he was talking to in his podcast after the Trump one. You know, they had
Hmm.
they were he was talking about his age and just the way that like he came in there. The podcast was 3 hours. The man didn't
Right.
drink. The man didn't eat. Didn't use the bathroom. Like before, during, or after, and then got on a fucking plane or whatever and went to the next rally. I mean, he don't stop. You know,
He
he
doesn't
doesn't
stop.
quit.
No.
It's crazy. Now, of course,
Isn't that crazy?
one of the people on his podcast said he probably had a diaper on and was pissing in it, but still, you know, the point is he didn't need a break. You know what I mean? He didn't need a break at all. It's just, but he is full force. You know, Trump, Trump,
Yes.
Trump. You know, if you watch
Yeah.
any of that, man, he is about building that Trump brand. He just can't get it out of him. You know.
And look, I mean, this man's got to be rolling 14, 16 hours a day. He's
Yeah.
got to
Oh, he
be,
don't
you
stop.
know?
He don't
Yeah.
stop, and
I
it's
mean, he might
constantly,
be
like I said.
catnapping here and there, he might be
Yeah.
catnapping or something, but yeah, for
Taking
the
a little.
most part,
Yeah, little naps on the plane, but that was my takeaway from, you know, the podcast was just that he never gets out of that building your brand mode. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's
I
never
agree
just
with him.
straightforward, just answers. It's if what he's saying in his answer, he may say the word building. Well, he has to stop and let you know about how beautiful the buildings he's built. You know what I mean? Like, and it'll
It's a
just come out of
beautiful
nowhere. He'll be
building,
like,
yeah.
yeah, he's like, well, we were driving down and then we saw a building. And by the way, I built some beautiful buildings. I don't know if you've seen
Right.
some of the buildings, and that's where he goes with it. You know
It's
what I
so
mean? And
true.
and
So
look,
true,
and I
and I
don't,
love it, dude. Yeah,
well, yeah, and I don't think any of it's on purpose. I just think that is Trump. He spent so many years of his life building up the
right.
Trump brand. I just don't think he can get
Yes.
out of that mode. He can't help it.
I don't
You know
think
what I
so
mean?
either. Why would you?
Yeah,
Why
I mean,
would you?
well, I look at it. I mean, I guess at this point, there's not much more to build, but I just don't think you turn that
Right.
switch off. You know,
I
because I
believe
did
it, dude.
that
Yeah.
whole fucking podcast. That's what it was about, man. Let's see. Jason isn't a Trump fan, apparently. Jason, welcome, Jason. He shut the country down. Well, what? And we touched on this before. What was he
Yeah.
supposed to do when all of the experts were telling him? Was he supposed to tell them to fuck off? And if something were to happen, if something would have came from that virus and half the country would have died, it would have all been his fault. All he had to go by was what these quote unquote experts were telling him, which we all found out it turned out to be bullshit for most of it. What did he accomplish? Jason must be paid by the DNC.
Oh, yeah, he's a
Yeah,
seminar man, a seminar kinda guy, you know? Yeah,
yeah. Because if
absolutely.
I have to explain the difference between how things were when Trump was in and how they are now, then you either don't
Yeah.
live in this country. Hey, Reed, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, Bubba. And you're right, we
Yeah,
don't know
follow us, yeah.
zero. We don't know zero yet. We never claim to. So, but we
Yeah, I
appreciate you
love it.
stopping in. Where you from, Reed? Maybe you can maybe you can educate us.
Yeah, let him enlighten us a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
convince
absolutely.
it. Look, I haven't voted yet, so convince me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I
Yeah.
voted, so yeah, but
Well,
try
I
to
haven't
convince
voted,
me.
so
Yeah,
well, I
exactly.
want Reed to tell us stupid fucking hicks. I want Reed to maybe he convince me to vote Democrat. You know, because apparently he knows way more than we do. How many checks did you cash? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, was they just giving out STEMI checks?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
No,
But
we didn't ca
yeah, I don't know what that. I didn't cash any. What does that? What does that mean? Like what does that got to do with it?
How many checks did you cash in? Oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, Reed's awesome.
Mm.
Nixon Reed's awesome. He just because you don't understand how the world works doesn't mean everything is a conspiracy. Who said that? I
Oh,
didn't say everything,
okay.
but I will say this: there's been proven more, conspiracies are starting to come true. You know, I know they call everybody crazy every time you pop up a conspiracy, but every time you turn around, there's another one that's like, well, they thought we were crazy a year ago. You know,
Go ahead,
I
Nixon.
know, I
Yeah,
know.
that's all he's
You're right,
trying to
Nick.
do.
So he
Yeah,
doesn't have anything because all he's doing is just throwing out insults, and
absolutely.
there's no substance behind what he's saying. But I do appreciate him checking out the feed here. Yeah, and look, Nick, and we respect that. You don't have to agree with everything we say. I don't claim to know everything. We just have opinions on stuff like everybody else does, and I think everybody's entitled to it. But read a book, no, I don't read. I'll listen to one audiobook.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Reed should really come on and school us. Reed is well rounded.
Yes.
He's very yeah. He's got it all figured out. Let me guess, Reed. Let me guess. The vaccines worked.
Ain't that the truth, huh? Yeah, that's some kind
Yeah,
of
I want to know,
believers,
Reed.
man.
If Reed says the vaccines work, then he's as dumb as he claims we are. So
Yeah. Well, we're just a bunch of hicks, Shane. So yeah,
that's all right.
yeah,
Anti-vaxxers or whatever the hell they're calling us.
yeah. That's old school, but yeah, now we're hicks, I
Yeah,
guess, dude.
yeah, we're
The
fucking
party of
hicks.
compassion.
Oh, yeah, that is it. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's can't we all just
Can't we all
work
just get
together?
along?
Yeah, get along. We
Yeah.
all work together, make the world a better place. And
Basket
by
of
the way, fuck you,
deplorables.
you
Yeah,
fucking hicks. I
yeah.
fucking hate you, you fucking Hitlers. Die. Oh, let's work together.
Exactly. Basket of deplorables. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. Even if I didn't like Trump, y'all would be the last party I would vote for. you know?
Just, yeah, I'd
Yeah,
stay out of it.
I would just stay home, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, dude. Their ideology is just fucking crazy.
No, I get you. Nick, sir, look, we're concentrating on you too. Well, we just,
Yeah,
we're
absolutely. We're
yeah,
just having fun. That's all. We're just
yeah,
having
giving
a little
everybody
fun.
their
Yeah.
their 15 minutes.
Yeah,
You
we
know.
work during the day in case like Reed, I don't know what he does, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we work during the day. We make income for this is just our fun, man. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, there ain't much going on besides the election, so we just came on here to bullshit, see what the YouTube community was up to, and it's business as usual.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely. Yeah.
you're a few minutes into it and the insults start. It's what, it comes with the territory, I
God,
suppose.
it just shows you how some people hate the right, man. So
I think Reed hates everybody, including
yeah,
himself, you
probably.
know.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. You think he has a mirror in his house, dude?
Jason H, what's up, buddy? How you doing, Jason? Who started it? Nobody started insults. We didn't come on here to insult nobody. Let's go back in the comments.
Yeah,
Let's go back. The first thing you said, Reed, was "you Hicks know zero." That
absolutely.
was the way you entered the chat.
Ain't that the truth, huh? Yeah, put a little
Yeah,
spin on it there, Reed. Yeah, but
Jason, where you from? And then what?
Jason,
Not whining, dude. We're laughing about it. You think I give two fucks about being called a name? My God, I'm fucking married. I get called a name every fucking day.
ain't
I'm an
that the
asshole.
truth?
You fucking asshole. It's like, I don't care what the fuck you got to say, Reed. I'm entertaining the comments for a little bit, and you just happen to be in them. It's cool, dude. Call me what you want. I still think you're fucking awesome. Go vote for Trump.
Absolutely.
Ohio, we're down here in Louisiana, buddy. We're just stupid hicks, according to people in the comments. We're just
Yeah,
doing
absolutely.
our hick thing down here in Louisiana, just having a little fun. That's it. People get butt hurt, and
Oh, big time, dude. Mostly on
like
that
like
side,
we're like I'm in like we're in junior high. The name call. Oh, he
Right,
called me a
exactly.
name. Like it's okay, dude. Yeah. I've been called a lot worse. Promise.
Yeah, look at Jason, dude. You can't scare me. I'm married over 46 years. Hats off, dude.
That's what
I
I'm
gotta tell
talking
you.
about.
Yeah.
See, the name calling ain't gonna hurt.
No,
You
absolutely
call us
not,
all the
dude.
names you look. Fucking married with kids, man. That name calling is not gonna bother me. I promise you.
No, exactly. That's
Now Reed's
funny, dude.
cool.
Well,
I like
yeah,
Reed.
I ain't got a problem with Reed, dude. Yeah.
Reed's
As long as he votes
opinionated.
Trump, he'll be all right in my book.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool. What
Jason, he's
else
from
is
Ohio, man. Are you a big deer hunter or something up there? A farmer, or what's your occupation, Jason, if you don't mind saying?
Buckeyes?
Oil field. Go ahead, man. Yeah. I'm
Retired
pro
oil field.
Yeah,
Reed's
I'm all pro,
okay.
man. Pro drilling, drill baby drill, right?
There's money in oil, so I'm assuming Reed has money. Reed, can we talk about a small investment here? we'll
Right.
put your we'll put your name right here.
Absolutely, man. Retired oil
Reed,
field.
what's
Congratulations.
damn, he owns a farm. I wanna I wanna come.
Damn.
I wanna go to
Yeah.
man. I wanna go chill
Yeah.
out on the farm, man.
I'm in.
Wanna wanna fucking farm. Fuck all them cities, man.
I'm with
Reed,
you.
I'm
I'm
assuming
jealous now,
if you
Jason.
own a farm, I would assume the area you're in is predominantly red, if I had to
You would
guess.
think.
Let's see what Reed says. I think it's all that rural shit. Well, that's a swing state, right? Isn't that what they say?
Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's,
where it's always beside. It's somewhere up there.
yeah.
Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, one of them states up there.
Them cities, man, that do that shit.
Oh yeah.
Man. The red state,
Awesome.
he said. That's good, man. That's good. We're fixing to take it. It's coming. Next yep. Let's
Yeah, I'm
see.
in
Next
agreement of
week
it,
it's
dude.
yeah, I'm just reading the news. Y'all don't mind me. I'm trying to see if there's anything newsworthy. It's all the same stuff, man. It's Trump's a fascist and Hitler and you know, the left is
Isn't that amazing, dude? In Madison Square Gardens, man, they were trying to compare that rally last night to what 1933 or 34
yeah, it's
Hitler.
like it
It's
it's so
like, dude, come
stupid.
on,
It's
dude.
like,
Yeah.
oh, look, Hitler and Trump both wear shoes. I mean, it's so stupid. I don't know where they and
So
but see
ridiculous, man.
that's kind of like the sexual assault stuff that they keep throwing out, which is
Right.
no joke because it really does happen. And I think it's a shame that they use that to try to earn some kind of points in this election when most of that shit that they throw at Trump, if not all of it, is bullshit. You know what I mean?
It
But they
is.
will
It's truly
use that,
100%.
and it's like people get tired of hearing it, just like they do the Hitler thing. So it's like, what good is it doing for them to say that over and over and over and over and
Yeah.
over? It's like it just people become numb to it. And like I said,
I think they
especially
just
with the
throw it. Yeah.
well, yeah,
No, go
hoping
ahead.
it'll stick to some people, but I was going
Hoping
to
it'll
say
stick.
it's really a shame with the sexual assault because it's a slap in the face to anybody who's really experienced that. That these people dig up these
Absolutely.
people and pay them money to sit there and start accusing people of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's nothing
exactly.
that they should be playing around with. It's pretty fucked up that they do that, and they do it every fucking election cycle. At least when it comes to this Trump stuff. You know what I mean? But
It's so true, man.
you could
Yeah,
see, like I
it's
said,
so
that
true.
last story that came out a couple weeks ago, you don't hear nothing else about it. It just shows you that people are over it. Now, it would be a shame if that were true because nobody takes this shit serious anymore. You know what I
No,
mean?
right.
So it
Exactly.
does no justice to the people that really went through that, man. It's terrible that that's what their side, that's what they stoop down to that level to start doing that. You know what I mean?
I agree. I mean, look, we're the feminist group, man. We can go back to the all of that, the transgenderism and stuff in this country that's going on, if it's in the military or the government or even just everyday life. But I mean, men competing in women's sports, it's like where are the feminists standing up for
Yeah.
this? Because you would think, right, we fight for women, right? But no,
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen, you know?
How do you know that he did? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but that he did it. But my point is that they wait until the perfect timing to start throwing that out, and it just makes a lot of people believe that it's bullshit. Where if it is true, they're doing it no justice. You know what I mean? Like this
Exactly.
last one. Like, why wait till now? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Why didn't you come
100%, dude.
out the last election and or the one before that or whenever? You know what I mean? It's like you wait till now for them to
Right.
throw that out there. Where I want to say that they had disproved it because the timing was off as far as his schedule and when they were. You know what I mean? And it just kind of disappeared.
Exactly. Yeah.
Caitlyn
No,
Jenner
exactly
hasn't
right.
been. The only thing I ever heard Caitlyn Jenner was, as far as because he says Caitlyn Jenner hasn't been talking about men and women's sports, is that she or he, whatever you call it, totally against it. You know what I mean?
Totally against
I
it.
mean, it's
Yeah,
somebody who
absolutely.
ran track and field. He knows for sure there's no woman going to sit up there on a starting line with a man and compete in any way, shape, or form. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah,
doesn't
an
matter how you
Olympic
try
gold
to spin it.
medalist. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if anything,
Yeah.
he or she would know, whatever. But
He or she.
yeah, I don't
Jesus.
know. I
Yeah,
figure I'd be respectful to whatever. I get confused with Jenner. I don't know what I don't know. He's a weird one to me because he's so hardcore conservative, but
he
yet
is.
he took that route to say all of a sudden, "Oh, I'm a woman," and I'm like, "It okay, I guess whatever. Yes, ma'am,
Do you see what
whatever."
happens when you're married to a Kardashian? Do where it
It
drives you,
drove
huh,
him to
dude?
that fucking yeah.
Jesus,
That's
dude.
why I always wondered if he just didn't like the attention they got and was like, "You know what? I'll show y'all." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. I'm gonna really show y'all. Yeah, you know, it's
uh,
insane, dude.
yeah. But hey, to each
It's,
their own, man. Just leave the damn kids out of it. Is all we ever
yeah,
preach.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So what else? What else? What else? What's in the news, Jason? What's big in the news? See if Jason's got any newsworthy stories. I seen
Deer hunting.
them damn Menendez brothers, man. They may be getting out.
I heard that, man. Yeah,
They may lesser them charges on them boys, and if that's the case, they're gonna walk out of there. You
isn't that
know.
crazy?
Did you follow that when it was happening at all? Like back in the day?
No, I mean, I heard about it, but
Yeah,
really to follow it, nah, not so much.
I
I
didn't
tried
know. Yeah,
watching one of their little movies or reenactment of it,
yeah.
and I don't know. I mean,
I
wasn't
know
they
which.
saying some type of molestation or something going on? Or
Yeah, that's what they were claiming. Was
yeah,
that the father and I guess the mother knew or whatever. But it's a crazy story. I mean, I didn't follow it a lot back then because I just didn't give a fuck. I was young and doing
right,
my own shit, but I knew of
right,
it. You know what I mean? But they were showing. It was very interesting, and it doesn't mean it's not like it solves cases. What I'm about to say, but it was kind of interesting. Is they had a video of them on the stand pouring out their emotions about what happened. Well, then they had the
right,
actor's portrayal of that on a movie, and the actor couldn't even wasn't even doing it justice, like as good as these boys were. So that led people to say that they weren't trained actors, but you could see the emotion. Like, was there any truth to what they were saying, basically?
right,
Because when you hire an actor to do it, and the actor did a decent job, but it still wasn't catching that raw emotion that the dude was, in real life. So now, I mean, his life was on the line, so maybe he was that great of an actor. But I just thought that was an interesting point when you watch those two side by side. So
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
what
that's
they've
what.
been locked up, what 30 years, man, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's got to
yeah,
be
Jason.
close
That's what
to
they
it,
were saying. That the dad, I think, was abusive, and the sexual abuse and physical abuses, from what I understand.
right?
Now, I don't know all the facts to the case. I'd have to read up on it, but I think they killed both parents, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
I guess their excuse to that was the mother was condoning it, I guess, is all I can think of. I don't want to speak
Yeah,
on more. I don't, like I said, I didn't follow the case that much. I just know it's always been a big deal, these Menendez brothers. But
it's crazy.
I, I
Yeah,
think they're
they
talking
might.
about, like he was saying, resentencing them. And, somebody was telling me that the DA was actually, for it basically, like, dropping these charges down a little bit. And if that's the case,
And
then
they would
boys
get
will be
out for
free.
credit for time served and all
Oh,
that
I'm
kind of
sure,
stuff.
and then
Yeah,
they'll be
yeah,
super wealthy because there's gonna be book deals and any other deal you can think of
Oof.
being coming
Can you
at them. You know
imagine?
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
So, not saying it was worth what they went through or what
right.
if they're guilty, then definitely wasn't worth people losing their lives. But either way, them boys are about to get paid if they get out of this.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what happened to the family estate, man. Where did that go? All that money supposedly that the father and the mother had,
Yeah,
where did all
I
that
don't
money
know.
go to?
I don't
It's
know. Like I
crazy.
said, I never followed it enough. Some people are obsessed with it. I want to say I may have been in high schoolish when it happened, so the last thing I was worried about is what the fuck was going on in the news, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
But you
absolutely.
couldn't
Yeah,
help but hear about it. It was kind of like the JonBenet Ramsey shit,
yeah, you
and
remember
the
that, huh?
OJ thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't help. Which I don't. They still haven't solved that shit to this day. With that little girl.
Nope.
I
No.
followed that enough to where it's like, man, I don't think them parents had anything to do with that. But man, it is just a very odd case, man. If that little girl disappears like that and just not a trace.
Yeah, I
It's,
tell you
it's
another one that intrigues me, man, is the Scott and Lacey Peterson too, man. You know, with in Cal. Remember that one, dude?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They
yeah.
say
You
he
know,
brought her out on a boat and dumped her body, is what they're
what he
assuming, right?
says, yeah, you know, and then of
Yeah,
course there's
just
other reports out there. It's kind of crazy, kind of conspiracy kind of crap, you know. It's like, did he really
yeah,
do it or did he just get caught up in a bad spot? You know, I don't know,
yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, from what I've saw and paid attention to, I think he did. But I
yeah.
mean, I'm not judge nor jury. It's just Hey, Reed, what's up, brother? Uh, Jason says the OJ thing was the downfall of American TV. Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Yeah.
that I do remember. I was young, but I still, man, that
Yes.
dude, they went fucking. Well, I was gonna say ape shit, but I guess that's the wrong term because of the demographics. But they went crazy over there, man. I remember watching that shit on TV.
Wasn't that the truth,
Canadian
man?
from Canada. May let me ask you something, Reed. Uh, when we see anything over here in the states about Canada, it looks like it's just a total uh, dictatorship kind of hellhole over there. Is that the case, or are they pretty? The government pretty laid back? I'm curious, man. I'm always curious when somebody's from another country because all I know is what I hear. You know what I mean? I've never
Exactly.
been anywhere to
Yeah.
experience it because I know Justin Trudeau seems like I don't know, man. He seems like a straight up communist, or at least he's trying to go that way.
I
Now
agree.
that's just from what I gather from watching what our news portrays. You know what I mean? The Great White North,
No, yeah, I'm
legal.
interested too. I'm like you, Shane, like other countries, man, because we're so born and raised here, and we think
Yeah.
nothing's better than the United States. But
Well,
I do believe, but
I,
you
well,
know,
and I've heard people say like that have been to Canada that they loved it. Now their only negative on it was when Trudeau took over. Like even Rogan talks about he flirted around with moving to Canada when he
oh
left
no,
California,
really,
but he said once he started seeing how Trudeau was, it was like okay, fuck this, because he kind of saw where it was going. You know what I mean? But and Reed says that they have aspects of it, and that's man,
I'm
it's a
sure.
slippery slope, man. Because as soon as they start doing just a little bit of that, it's like where does it stop? Next thing you know, I mean, they're telling you what you can say and do, and as far as he's talking about smoking legal weed, eventually they're like, well, you can't do that, which I guess that's more of a liberal policy, so maybe that won't go away. But I don't know, man. I don't like anything that starts to even just a hint of socialism. Yeah, and
Trudeau is fine. It's just
just one guy. You're right. You're right. It's kind of like our president here. I mean, it's just a face. It's not like they're kings, but the way that we see it and the way it's portrayed over here, it is like Trudeau is acting like some sort of king. Like what he says is it. You know what I mean? And that may not be the case. It's just what it seems like. We don't hear anything but bad shit about him. And look, and I've seen it. Like when he did that shit to them truckers up there in Canada, in Canada, of course, in Canada, that's where he's at. But when he did that shit during the lockdowns and all, I mean, that was some hardcore shit when he started freezing their bank accounts and all just because they were out there protesting. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
according to what we were hearing, they weren't doing anything like to justify that. Now I wasn't there. Maybe they were acting like fucking assholes and something needed to be done. I don't know, but
right. And they deserved it.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
But just
But
what we're hearing on the news,
yeah, from all accounts, they were just there peacefully protesting, and Trudeau was like, "No, that shit ain't gonna happen." No, no, Trudeau, whatever, however you say it.
Yeah, he's making
Yeah,
look, he says, you have socialism in UD, which I'm sure he meant to say US, fellas. And yeah, to a certain degree, there really is. I mean, I think there's a form of socialism, and there's people over here that push it, but
yeah,
I'm not for it. I can tell you that. I'm not for any type of control, No,
yeah. I guess
no,
there's always some form of it in some aspect if you have a government. You know what I mean?
yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's that they're going to be in charge. I think they hide it a little bit better over here. You know what I mean? They try to make you
Yeah,
think that's not what it is or where it's going, but I
right.
mean, if you open your eyes for a second, you can see it. The system is parliamentocracy. He's teaching us all about Canada. He's gonna have us moving to Canada by the end of the night.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I'm going to Saskatchewan, dude.
There's got to be some shit parts though. It's like every other place. There's got to be some
Right.
places you want to stay out of. You know what I mean?
I'm sure, man. Yeah, any place with a lot of people, like Ontario or whatever they have over there, I'd like to go, yeah, to the remote areas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jason's right. Socialist policies. I don't know if that's a question or not, Jason, but I mean, of course, yeah, control. That's what it's all about. They hide it behind it's good for it's for social. It's for everybody. Everybody's going to prosper. We're doing this for the good
right.
of of everybody of the citizens or whatever. And then it never turns out that way if you just look at history. What is
No, you're
Edmonton? That's
100% right.
Edmonton's what you want to stay out of, Reed, or is that where you're at? Yeah, the problem is with giving back, Jason, is they're taking it from somebody. You know what I mean? The government's not giving anything. They're taking it. So it's just redistribution of wealth is all it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're just taking your money and then they're going to distribute it amongst how they see it's fit, you know? You know?
I'm an index
And
finger
really
typist.
seriously, it's yeah, and seriously, if you think about it like that, it's like, you know what, dude? I think I can distribute my money if I want to give it away to a better cause than what the government can do, you know?
Well, yeah. Yeah. So, Reed, what was your take on the trucker occupation in over there? I mean, were they just kind of there, just doing their little peaceful protest, or see what Reed's got to say about? He claims he was there. I'm taking him for his word. I mean, I don't, not fact checking any of this shit. We're just
No.
like
Yeah,
Reed.
like I said,
Reed says it. I'm all for it. So.
Ottawa, huh?
Ottawa, Canada, be pretty cool to go see, man.
It really would be, dude. Yeah, it would be, dude. Dude, give me 1 minute. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna talk to Reed. Reed, why should they have left? I'm not saying that argumentative. I just mean like why? What do you mean by that? They had a serious impact on local business. Yeah, I mean I can see where you're going with it. Hey, Jason, what's up? But yeah, I see where you're going with it, Reed. I mean they were probably hurting people's business that had nothing to do with what was going on. But let's see what Jason's hanging about. Jason's in Ohio, man. I want to come to the farm. Kind of, I get you, Reed. I agree if that's the case, brother. I'm not even arguing. I do agree that they shouldn't impact innocent people. I mean, although I guess they believe something needed to be done because it was getting a little out of control with the control that the government was trying to have. But somebody has to stand up every now and then. But you're right. I mean, innocent people wind up getting hurt. You going, Jason? I was about to ask you what kind of farm you got, man. You running like a cattle farm, or see if Jason will tell me what kind of farm he's got. No, they're not. They're not easy, Reed. But the problem is a lot of people were starting to think that there was no reason for the lockdowns. You know what I mean? It wasn't about just to buck the system. It was about a lot of people, including myself, were convinced that this was way overboard, the reaction to this pandemic that was going on. And then the more that came out about it, the more you saw that a lot of that was justified as far as the pushback against the way the government was trying to handle this. I know it here in the States, they did a great job of using it as an opportunity to help seal a victory in an election. And that's almost not even argued anymore. You know what I mean? They took that COVID shit, they locked the entire country down, and they turned everything into mail-in ballots, and the rest was history. Now, all the facts are coming out. Even the CDC is starting to say that it wasn't as bad as they thought, that everybody that was passing away from this had underlying conditions for the most part. You know what I mean? It wasn't hurting children. It was elderly or people that were already sick, which I'm not saying their lives are worthless, but to lock down an entire country, I think people started thinking, okay, our entire world really, that people started to catch
Exactly.
on that something's not right. So you're killing our livelihoods by telling us we can't go to work. We can't open our businesses up, is what it turned into. And a lot of people were fed up by that time. So I think that's where all the pushback came from with all these little trucker freaking occupying shit and everything else that was going on, and at least in our country. But so
And it was, dude. It was just a test to see how they can control the population, you know?
Well, yeah,
So,
because Reed, he made a good point. He said the public health decisions aren't easy, and they aren't. But at the same
mm-mm.
time, when you first got on here, Reed, you were blaming Trump. You know what I mean? You had mentioned about him locking down, which, like I said, wasn't an easy decision. All he
Nope.
was going by is what he was being told. He's not a doctor.
Yeah.
He's not a scientist. So, I mean, everybody fell for it. This Anthony Fauci's on there telling everybody what we need to do and how scared we need to be. And we're all like, oh, shit. Fauci's saying it. The CDC
Yeah.
is saying it. It's got to be real, you know? Well, then, of course, later on, it comes out and you have zero faith in any of them people anymore. But
Isn't that
uh,
the truth, huh?
in Canada, yeah, but what they should have done in Canada is just let people go to work. You know what I mean? I guess, here, the argument, it all depends on how you feel about that pandemic. If you believe there was a threat to people like they claim they were, then yeah, you're going to believe all of that was justified. But if you
Right.
believe it wasn't, then you're going to be more. What I'm saying is that I believe it was it was blown out of proportion, and they were locking shit down and destroying people's livelihoods for nothing.
True. I
Yes,
agree with you.
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I witnessed a lot of people getting it. Reed was asking for anybody watching, if we witness anyone get COVID. Yeah, we've all had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying it
Well,
didn't make people ill, but see, they were
look,
fucking up.
Reed,
That
yep. Reed, I had COVID when COVID wasn't even around, man. But I know that's what I had because I was sick as a dog. I've had COVID 3 times, never had a vaccine. And look, I fared out well. I'm a healthy 53-year-old male, but
yeah,
it's nothing more than the flu. But for them to mandate on companies and look, I mean, we can just see it in our country, Shane. Was it the city of New York said now they have to reinstate those people and pay them back pay for all those state employees that refuse to get COVID shots? You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You know,
yeah. Well, I'm
so
surprised the
it was a
lawsuits
big
weren't.
hype. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
big hype. You and I was sitting back talking about that when it was all going down because we're business owners, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Do we go get this shot just because, or do we wait and see if? I mean, yeah, if people were falling dead in the street in front of you, I'd be like, yeah, maybe we need to get this. But I don't know. We let our better heads prevail, and
yeah. It
to
was
me,
it was
you know,
more about taking our chance because we weren't high risk. You know what I mean? Like as
exactly,
far as it's not like we were elderly or that we had any underlying condition. So I
right?
was like, okay, well, I'm gonna hold off a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold
Yes,
off, and then you started to hear about a little bit about how the people were starting to have bad reactions to it, and it was like, okay, well, let's look even deeper into this shit. You know what I mean? And then eventually it was like, yeah, fuck this. I mean, it was doing worse. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I'd rather just let my immunity, but whatever. I guess we ain't gonna get on COVID for fucking 2 hours here. I mean, it is what it is. People feel the way they feel, but
Yeah, it's
it was
four
more
years
just to
old now.
read
Yeah,
about, as far as what them truckers were doing and shutting down shit around there in Canada in protest. But I just think they believed there was no reason for that government to be overstepping like they were. And I do believe it was an overstep from every government around the world. And that's just my personal
absolutely,
opinion. I mean, I'm no
absolutely,
Anthony Fauci, but you know,
right.
but
Yeah,
vaccines
you
in
hit the
generally
nail right
regarded
on the
well,
head, Shane. You hit the nail right on the head with that. With how many lives were destroyed with that, with the
yeah.
mandates, and people that didn't believe in taking it, or people that took it and had now they have you know, incurable
Fucking
problems with their hearts or whatever it might be now.
oh yeah,
Because I
you
do
get that
believe you haven't seen.
myocarditis.
Yeah, you haven't seen. I think now what's to come from this. Who knows in 5 years or
Yeah.
7 years? Just no telling, man.
I want to respond. Reed said, "What I don't understand is how such hate grew around vaccines in general." Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the more you start researching the dirtiness that goes on behind these people that create these vaccines, the more you start
Pharmaceuticals.
to
Yeah.
despise them and not trust
Right.
them.
Yep.
Now, it's not just the COVID. The shit didn't just start with the COVID vaccine. You know what I mean? If you go listen to anything Robert Kennedy talks about, anything when it comes to these vaccines, and I'm telling you, it will open your eyes. And it's not just him talking. He's had many court cases where he's helped sue these dirty bastards in court and won. He's
Right.
winning for a reason because he's proven with beyond a reasonable doubt what he's saying. He comes with facts. You know what I mean?
Right.
These people are dirty. and especially something like the COVID vaccine, because that shit was rushed out so fast. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Most of them take years, and even then, if they recall, a lot of that shit. I mean, look, just pharmaceuticals in general. I have lost all faith in
Yep.
anything they develop right now. And a lot of it came
Exactly.
from the pandemic and what you saw, but then a lot of it came from me listening to RFK Jr., man. The
Yep.
dude is on his shit when it comes to fighting against these pharmaceutical companies. And what Reed mentioned is the obesity problem. He's big on that shit too. You know what I mean? He's
Yep.
real big on that. And that's another thing he's trying to fight against is the way this poisonous food that they're shoveling down all of our fucking throats and pushing to us, like it's health food when most of it's just nonsense. Ain't none of it good for you, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Reed, you hit
Ozempic
on some
too.
good points, man. You hit on some good points, and all the way around. If it's Ozempic or, I mean, there's probably stuff that's allowed in this country to eat and consume that maybe in Canada you can't. Or I know there's parts of France and Germany and other parts of the world they can't. They don't allow what we consume here, man. It's amazing when you read something here. You don't even know. I mean, half the words you don't even know what the hell you're putting in your body.
No,
You know.
no, that's what, like I said, that, what is it, that yellow number 5 or whatever the hell it's called,
Yeah,
I've seen
red dye
RFK,
40 and
yeah,
yeah,
all that
blue
shit, man.
30 and yeah,
That's what,
whatever it
yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah, that RFK starts breaking down what all that actually is, man. It ain't
Yeah.
none of that shit should be
It's
in any
garbage.
human body. You know what I mean?
No, it's
But it's in
garbage.
everything we consume, unless you're
Yeah.
wealthy and can afford to hire some chef that can just cook all this homegrown shit or whatever. Because I hear Rogan, he likes to get on there and talk about, you need to eat, shit that you kill yourself, and it's like, well, not everybody has access to just go hunt elk, because he likes to talk about he's got freezers full of elk meat. And it's like, yeah,
Right.
well, you're worth, 100 whatever $1 million where you can go to fucking Colorado or Utah or whatever, kill a fucking elk once a year and your freezer's full. The average American can't do that. So most people are
Right.
stuck consuming this bullshit that they're selling in the grocery stores. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's tough,
100%
man. It's
right.
tough because
And
it's
look, you
cheaper.
can go back, you can even go back further than COVID with these pharmaceutical companies, man. I mean, go to the opiate crisis that this country has. If it's Oxycontin or codeine or Oxy, whatever it might be, opiates all in general, and they push it. And look, they all have their place
Sure.
in the Western
Yeah.
medicine, but just the way they push them with the pill mills and the this and the that,
Right.
and man, it's destroyed hundreds of lives. I mean, thousands. And when I sit back and look at, I'm not a Western medicine guy, and look, I don't take any prescriptions. I take one, for some GERD, but other than that, I mean, I refuse to get on blood pressure medications. I refuse to get on cholesterol medications because you know why? All of it's controlled by diet,
I don't
man.
trust them. I don't trust them
I
no
don't
more. I don't
trust
even
them
like
either,
taking
man.
Tylenol anymore after seeing what these
I'm
dirty
telling you,
bastards
dude.
do,
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah,
Reed,
I don't trust them.
It's all good, brother. Look, like I said, we don't take offense to that, man. And it's not a big deal. People get hyped up during the election. But I am curious, like, why? What's the thought process in Canada as far as being so invested in what we're doing over here as far as Trump? I mean, look, I know it affects the world who's running America. I guess I mean, is it that big of a deal to people over there?
Absolutely, it
Like,
is. Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering. Like, are
yeah,
people really like concerned about American politics? Like, because over here it's fucking it's everything right now.
yo, yeah, exactly right.
Yes. CB80, yo. CB80 gave us a yo. So
Yo, what's up? Yeah, your boy Reed. I'll ride a headache before taking Tylenol, dude. I'm in a full agreement with you, brother. Full agreement, man. I
it's
don't take
hard,
any of that
man.
crap. I just deal with it, dude.
I
Yeah,
watched that military coordination between the US and Russia. Nah. That's it, but see, that's another but that's a main reason, like, is to want Trump to be in. I don't think people understand that aren't watching it like we are around here that, I mean, they don't fuck with Trump in other countries. They don't do it.
exactly.
They didn't do it the
Right.
4 years he was in. They're not going to do it if he gets in again. He controls shit, and I can tell. Like I said a few videos back when I was watching that podcast. you can tell Trump has to be in control. When he's talking to somebody, when he's in the
Yes.
room, it doesn't matter. So when he's over there talking to these world leaders, it's going to be his way or no way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They like to
Exactly.
vilify him because he buddies up, so to say, with Putin, or whether it be in North Korea. But it's like he said, why would you not want to have them as, I don't want to say friends, but just close, like allies, to watch what the fuck they're doing and be able to
Yeah.
somewhat control it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Shane, what's the saying, bro? I mean, I'm old school, man. It's like, keep your friends close and your enemies closer,
Thank
And
you.
it's
And
true.
that's Trump's thing.
And that's Trump's
What
thing,
if you're
man.
wrong?
Absolutely.
Well, right. Well, I mean, we can do a bunch of what ifs, Reed. I mean, I get that. But see, what we have is we have a track record for when Trump was president for 4 years.
Right.
None of this shit happened. They screamed Russia collusion for 2 years, and it all got proven to be false. So I'm just going by the track record of when Trump was in office. There was no wars. You know what I mean? Anybody
Right.
fucked around in another country, he let them know. Do it
Right.
again, and this is going to happen. Release those hostages, or else. You know what I mean?
Right.
The man don't fuck
Exactly.
around. So
No.
you think other
Yeah, and
world
it's I
leaders?
mean,
You damn right
yeah.
they are. I think they're intimidated by the power we have. I don't think they're
Yeah.
afraid of Trump because I mean Trump's a 70-something-year-old man, but I do believe they're afraid of the control, like the military coming down on their ass. You know, it's like Trump was saying the other day, man. They have some amazing people in our military. He said the problem is they're throwing these clowns on TV that we
Yep.
see. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the ones that are running the shit, they're some bad motherfuckers, man. They still got them in there. You
Absolutely.
know, these generals and these fucking they look, man. There's some hardcore people still.
Yep.
I believe we
Exactly.
are feared when we have a president in there that's not afraid to fuck some shit up if he has to. You know?
Yeah. You tell me when it's okay that you're running all these DEI picks, man, in the military, if it's Levine or whatever other
Yeah.
ones they got out there, man.
Yeah,
And it's just
and I honestly don't think it's as bad as it's portrayed. That's kind of what Trump was touching on. That you see
right.
that because that's what they like to put on TV to show that they're inclusive. But he said when it gets down to it, like you go
Right.
into a room with these people that are discussing this shit, they got some bad boys in there that don't
Oh
fuck
yeah.
around. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
That are quick to say, "What do you need us to do? We'll do it. Give us a week." That's what he
Exactly.
was talking about. Going in there and taking out ISIS. They're like, "Oh, it's going to take 5 years." He's like, "5 years." So then he went in there and talked to the dudes in charge, and they're like, "Oh, we can do it in 2 weeks." And he's like, "Well, fucking get it." And they did it.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's what he's
Yeah.
talking about. He's like, the other administration, they're like, "Oh, it's going to take us so many years." And Trump's like, "What the fuck? What does that mean? Like, why the fuck would it take you years to just go in there
Yeah.
and annihilate these bastards?" And that's what these hardcore generals and all were telling him. "Oh yeah, we can get it done. We can get it done." Yeah, I was
Yeah.
there, Johnny. I was there. I was there. I was at the round table. I made the call.
Were you there? Yeah. Of course we were there, dude. We B.S.ing with the guys, dude. We're in on we got microphones all over the world, brother. You know?
Nixer, let me make a point to Nixer because I get what he's saying. But everything you say in life, everything, you're regurgitating something because you've learned it from somewhere. You know what I mean? Was I there when all this shit was going on with Trump? No. But he's saying it and nobody's disputing it. So what else am I going to have to go by? I mean, the people in the room aren't disputing it. Nobody's coming out on the other side and calling bullshit. You know what I mean? So that's all I really have to go by. But of course, I mean, what else am I going to regurgitate? I wasn't in the room. But like I said, on a bigger point, I mean, everything we're saying is regurgitated from somewhere. You got to learn shit. If you're reading a
Exactly right.
fucking book and you repeat it, well, you're regurgitating it. But
And it's just like
but I
Knicks are
know
here.
what you're.
So it's fine to have an idiot and a symbolic head of nation. And look, that can go both ways. I think what has been running this country for the last 4 years, they're idiots. They're straight up socialist, communist idiots. I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And look, we ain't
And
all
look, a
going to
lot of
agree.
people don't like Trump, man. A lot of people don't
No.
like Trump
Yeah.
because of his
Yeah.
egotistical and he's an egomaniac. And I'm not going to defend him on that. He is, man. But like we talked earlier, it's the Trump brand. That's just who he is. Take him for what it's worth. But when it comes to policy, God, I mean, lower taxes, cheaper gas, no inflation, no unemployment. very low unemployment, because people will criticize me on here for that no unemployment. But you know where I'm coming from, Shane, with
Yeah,
this, and it's just it was better. It was. I mean, for us in business, and it was better 4 years ago than it was, 8 years ago than it was these last 3.5 years.
yeah.
I can promise you that, man.
Oh, it was booming for
You know?
me. I mean, I sell drugs for a living, and it was booming. I mean, every street corner was hot. It was it's going. Though. I just want
And
everybody out.
and like Nick said, you want a serious person as a leader of your nation. And who might that be? I want you to name who might be in your mind. Who is a better some a leader for our nation?
That's a good
Yeah,
question and an honest one.
yeah,
Like, who do you
yeah.
think is better? And I mean, I know, like you've touched on it, Brad. Not everybody's a fan of Trump, and you don't have to be.
No,
Like I said,
exactly.
I didn't have the biggest praises when it came after I watched that episode of Joe Rogan with him on it because he can't stop with the everything I do is big and better and I'm the best. And
Exactly.
sometimes that shit
Right.
gets annoying.
It does.
But
It gets old, man.
it's
Even with me, it
what
does. And
got
it's like
him.
when he carries on, it's beautiful. It's big. I build good stuff. I do this. And it's like, come on, Trump, get on with it, dude. But when it comes
Yeah,
down, you get rid of that part of it and you look at what he can do for the country. Um,
sure.
dude, it's a no-brainer from where we are now to where we can be.
I
It's just
think that
it's a
I
no-brainer.
think that that you take the good with the bad, and I think the ego is a
Yes,
good thing because it's like I'm going to run the country better than anybody else has. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So take it for what
Yes,
you want. I don't give a fuck what reason he does it for. If it's ego or if
right.
he really cares, just do it. And I think
Exactly.
that's Trump's thing is whatever I do, I want to do the best. There's nobody better than Trump. So hey, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Spend most of his time. So, and I get it, Nixon. Like I said, that is a knock against him. He's big on that.
Right.
It's always about Trump, 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 Trump. But at least the man can sit down and have an unrehearsed conversation with somebody. You can't get anybody on the other side to do that. Joe Rogan
No.
mentioned it the other day. He tried getting Kamala on there. They want
Right.
on their terms only. They want Rogan to go to them, and they said it can only be for an hour. And he's like, I'm not doing that. You don't learn nothing about nobody in an hour. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? Trump wasn't afraid of it.
Exactly.
Trump sat down for
No.
3 hours and he would have stayed longer if he didn't have a rally to go to. So I don't know how people
Right.
can't respect that. I mean, these people on the other side, if they're not given the damn questions in advance, they won't do it. I just don't understand it,
It's
man.
so true. It's so true, man. You
How
know?
can this? I don't even take Nixon serious. You can't be serious. And name somebody else besides Kamala Harris. Come on, man, because she was a joke until they appointed her.
Yeah.
Everybody, like the media didn't even like Kamala. They said she was kind of, she was almost hurting Biden. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And now all of a
Exactly.
sudden, once they switched that little thought process to she's going to be president, and all of a sudden they jump on board. Give me somebody besides Kamala. I can't even take that comment serious. I really can't.
No. Yeah.
It's not
And I love
worshiping
it how we
Trump, dog. It's worshiping
yeah.
what he did. We had 4 years of what he did, and we were booming over here. So I worship that. I don't worship Trump. I'm not worshiping no man. But to say Kamala's a better, come on, man.
Yeah,
Give,
exactly,
give,
dude.
give me
I agree
somebody
with you.
else. I mean, geez, Kamala's like, I mean, she is so. I, I just don't get it, man.
Yeah, and if you
I,
look at it, I mean, America does its popularity contest every 4 years, and I mean, if you look at it, yeah, Hillary won the popular vote, not the electoral college. I mean, the state spoke, and that's how we do it here, man. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people that are, I think fucked up in
yeah.
their head, if you ask me, dude, about voting for socialistic views, man. But uh, no, I was happy with
What
Trump
what
last 4 years.
what did he say that was fascist? And I'm quiet because I'm pausing, waiting on Nixon to answer that.
Yeah,
Because I do notice a lot of time that the ists come out, whether it's racist or fascist, but nobody
yeah,
can ever say an example. And he may have one. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying,
exactly.
but what has he done or said that screams fascism? I,
Probably
I
something as
want
simple as mass deportation. We're gonna
of
appeal
of
this, appeal that. That's the kind of things that probably Nixon looks at, and it's like, no, it's not. It's because he
yeah.
wants to. to send people that are here illegally back to their country. And that's not going to be easy as you think, dude, just to get rid of all the people that are here, man. There's laws that are here. If they're on American soil and they have babies and oh God, it could just be caught up in court for years. I don't think the whole mass deportation is going to be as easy as people think it is, for Trump, but it's
Yep.
just me.
Box of
Dump Trump.
juice is yeah, we are. Yep.
Yeah.
You convinced me. I didn't know who I was voting to until Box of Juice got on here, and
I'm
now,
gonna go see tomorrow, dude. I'm gonna go see tomorrow if I can change my vote.
damn, yeah. See if
So
you can get your vote canceled.
yeah,
CB80's got
exactly.
it. Never mind. I'm back on the Trump train. CB80 said Trump 2024. So damn it, I can't
Absolutely,
make
dude.
up my mind here.
All right, exactly.
How is Kamala Walls commie socialist?
Oh, that's easy, dude. Mandatory gun
So
buybacks. Yeah, that's just the
yeah, well,
first one
right.
I can hit on. Yeah,
Well, Nixon's back. And he doesn't care about anything making the rich people richer. Now, I'm not even going to argue that point with you because I mean, I could say that that's not what it is. You're going to say it is, but are you really convinced that the other side is concerned about your well being? Do you really believe that? And I'm not saying Trump
exactly.
does, because like I said, I believe Trump does everything from his, ego standpoint, but I just think it happens to work for the country because he wants to run it the best he can just to say, look what
Right.
I did. But do you really believe any of them politicians care about you and your well-being?
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, they'll be there for
I'm
you.
just,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, I'm waiting on his answer. That's all. I'm
Yeah.
waiting. That's not answering my question. Do you believe any of them politicians on either side care about you, whatever your real name is, Nixer Doyle? Do you think they give two shits about you? Why can't you say that if it's the truth? You don't think there's enemies within? You don't believe that's possible?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Well, why not? I believe in the
Mm.
American flag. I love the American flag.
I do too, but hey, look, I'm not hardcore, right? I will say my opinion on that is burn what the fuck you want to burn. I don't give a shit. You bought it,
Yeah,
burn it.
it
I don't
happens, dude.
care.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to burn the Bible, Quran, whatever you
I
want to
did
burn.
look,
Yeah,
and I did hear Trump say that. I don't think
he
that's a
did.
law he would ever pass, but I think
Right.
he does that to fire up his patriotic base. I just
Absolutely.
don't believe
And
Trump's going to go
hyperbole,
around.
yeah, he's talking
Yeah,
about
he's
it.
not,
Yeah.
and they all do it. I mean, but I doubt he's going to go running around throwing people in prison for burning the fucking American flag. I mean, it's you know talking about how bad and how it's not a straw man, dude. I'm asking because see, we get caught up in this nonsense where you start fighting for a certain side, like they would have your back in a fight. You know what I mean? And I don't believe any of them do. I believe they're all there for self gain, all of them.
Right.
Now you have to pick your poison sometimes. I mean, you just got to go with what you think may be the best out of the two, or whoever's running. But to sit there and think that any of them care honestly about
Right.
what's going on in your personal life, it's bullshit. But yet we'll sit up here and go at each other's throats for them. They wouldn't do that shit for us. You know what I
Nope.
mean?
Yep. In a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, Box of Juice said he's just worse, so I'll take it. Now I'm back. I'm voting for Kamala now. Dude, I'm telling you, my vote can be won still. I haven't voted yet, so I'm waiting. I
Yeah,
know.
you
Well,
wouldn't
I
either.
didn't see your answer, Nick. So I didn't see. I was just. Yeah, it was just a simple question, though. I didn't get a yes or no. And do you think then politicians really care about the average citizen, about any of us? No, I don't. I don't, John. Look, I'm not here to know things. Just here to talk. No,
Oh, Johnny Doe, do you know the true definition of communism?
no,
Yeah,
and
they
I
do.
don't have a dictionary handy, so I won't.
Yeah, well, communism and socialism are one and the same. Communism, they rule by force, power, military, and socialism, it's political takeover. I mean, that's the best way I could describe it.
Oh, I'm still too stupid to understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah,
So what we got called earlier, just dumb hicks or something.
Hicks.
I'll
Yeah,
take
we
it.
were Hicks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Nick, so I
fuck
do
'em.
like that's what's good about this whole country and its freedom, that you can see things your way, I can see them my way, and we can discuss them, and we don't have to all agree on everything. I just personally believe that the way the country is right now, I'd rather it go a different direction. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, no hard feelings. Next
Yeah.
thing you ought to subscribe to us and follow us when you can, man. Yeah, I like the debate.
So you think? Let's see. Damn it, the comments are going too fast. I can't read them. So how is anyone in American politics communist or socialist? Well, do you not know Bernie Sanders? Have you ever heard of him? Bernie Sanders will
Oh,
tell you
he's the
straight
one
up.
with like three mansions. Yeah, he's the
He
one with
don't
like
even
three
and
mansions.
he doesn't
Yeah,
even hide the fact that he thinks socialism is where we need to be. So that's
yeah,
one. I mean, that all the ones on the far left, they push socialism because they like to say it's not the same as communism. That's not
right.
you know
It's
it's
very
like you
true.
yeah, it's like you call it what you want. You're taking shit from other people and giving it to others. You know what I mean? Trying to put
It's very
everybody on
true.
this equal playing field to where all that's going to do is stop anybody from wanting to go to fucking work. If I can just sit there and get what you're going to get, I mean, why would I
True.
get up?
Yeah. Boy, ain't that the truth, huh, dude?
Yeah.
Might try that next week, dude.
You anyway. Oh, Nixer. Straight right. There's no real contest. Trump is a fascist. Come on. Oh, I'm going way back. Dude, you should look it
Yeah.
up. Look what up? What am I looking up?
Oh wow. Yeah. I'm way back here, dude.
I'm trying to think what I'm looking up. I hope he's not telling me a definition of communism, because that was me being a smart ass. I'm not that fucking dumb. Come on, man. How is Vance a joke? Hey, speaking of
Yeah.
that box of juice, you should go watch that Netflix thing on Vance, man. It's a good one, dude. And this was before he was ever considered to be VP. It's really good. When the dude came from nothing, nothing, man, just from the fucking I mean, scraps, and now, I mean, fuck, he could be vice president, in a few days. I mean, this is
Oh, his movie. It was a great movie,
yeah.
man.
Well, that's what I
Really
was
was.
telling the box of juice,
Yeah.
because he said he's a joke, and I just know I don't see the joke after seeing how this boy came up, man. I like Vance, I really do.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
CB80. Yeah. I agree with you. Vance is
sharp,
sharp as a tack, dude.
sharp as a
Yeah, I
tack.
agree. Yeah.
All right, let's get off of here. We talked enough. I think all we've
Yeah.
learned is how stupid we are. Just some dumb hicks down here in Louisiana.
We're just dumb hicks, dude. Yeah.
Nixer, it's been
Absolutely.
good, brother. Uh, Box of juice, we appreciate you checking in too, man. Look, why did he call Trump the next Hitler? Well, why wouldn't he call him that? I mean, there's nothing but name calling.
Exactly.
No, Nixer, I
Nixer.
didn't know if I didn't know. I got lost in the comments. I don't know you know what you were meaning when you said look it up. I didn't know what you're talking about, because I was joking earlier about not knowing what communism means. So I thought you were telling me to look it up, like I really don't know what it means. But like I said, it gets a little confusing with comments there. But anyway, we appreciate y'all checking it out. Box of Juice.
Thank y'all.
Love you too. Vote Trump.
Yep.
Make sure you
Trump, Trump,
subscribe.
Trump. Yeah.
Nixon,
He lives in
you're
y'all's
right.
fucking
Trump is
heads
good,
rent
but
free, dude.
one more thing. I keep saying we're gonna get off. Nixon, you're right. Trump does a lot of name calling, but you can't tell me they don't come after him first. That's usually what Trump see. Trump can't punch back for some reason. You know what I
Right.
mean? They can come after him
Exactly.
all day, and as soon as he strikes back, all of a sudden he's the bad guy.
Ain't that the truth,
And
dude?
because
Yeah.
they're
We
not
found
used
it
to
out.
that. They're not used to
No.
that. They're used to these politicians trying to be a little bit more, polite, and we're going to turn
Cowtail.
the other
Yeah. Right.
cheek. It's like, fuck that. That's not how the average person is. You come after me, I'm going to come after you. Fuck you. You know what I mean? That's the average person. That's why it resonates with middle class America, because we don't, you know what I mean? We're kind of like him. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and just let you talk shit about me, or throw stones at me, and I have to sit back and take it. No, fuck you. But anyway, Tampon Tim, I love it. Getting out of here. Very uneducated box of juice. I agree with you. Very stupid. I dropped out in fifth grade, but I had to go to work. I had to go. So I totally agree. I'm dumb as fuck. I'll give that to you. Yes, just a stupid hick. So no, I know. It has, dude, especially with the name calling, and it's been great. Yep. Oh, I made my mind up, Nixer. I was just picking. I was just playing. I made my mind up before before this election shit even started. I was just playing because people are back and forth in their comments, so I was just joking around about them changing my mind. My mind is totally made up, and it ain't changing. So go Nixer. All right, let's get off Nixer. Honestly, it's been good conversating. Hit that notification, man, when we go live. We'd love for you to come back. Like I said, we don't agree on everything, but it's good conversation, and I think we need more of that. You know what I mean? It's not just name calling and going at each other, but we just talk. Air out our differences and see where it gets us. But anyway, y'all be good. I'm Shane. That's Brad. BSing with the guys. We will see y'all later.